SF Intercom.
Back then we were only two people. I, at the time, did not know how to play any musical instruments, so I just sang. And John, who's our current bassist, played guitar, and that was the original formation. We just played the songs, and our songs tended to be like 10 minutes long and about like happy sharks and things like that. And then I learned how to play ukulele, and then we slowly shifted, and there were two of us. And then John started playing the bass guitar.
You basically built a band with pretty thin musical talent to begin with.
Yeah.
You just wanted to have a band.
Exactly.
And you've made it work.
Yeah, which is good. And now, and it's exciting because so I think we did that, and we kind of started with just sort of nothing but earnestness, and that was enough to power us through in the beginning. And then over the course, we've learned how to actually play our instruments, and now are like kind of good.
You guys are great. I saw you at the Makeup Room performing at the Rumpus. Two of the members of the band, and you definitely moved the crowd. People were thrilled. People loved it. How do you guys practice? What's your routine?
So we try and practice weekly.
Once a week?
Whenever we can. Sometimes we go longer without practicing. We practice on Tuesday nights. We have a space over at Secret Studios, which is super rad.
So you actually rent space specifically to practice?
Exactly.
Does that help you?
It does. It's good because it gives us time to like concentrate, but also it would be basically impossible to have a drummer in this city if we didn't have a place that we rented to practice. But also like John is my roommate, so we have a lot of like informal, just like songwriting, where we'll just hang out and work out songs at that level, and then we'll all do stuff just on my own, and he does stuff on his own, and then we'll bring it into a band practice and sort of slowly flesh it out, let all the pieces come in.
There's actually a released album.
Yes. It's called Watch Out, Down with Dr. Gallagher. The first time someone referred to us as a dancey indie band, I stopped worrying that people also compared us to the Mountain Goats. Because I felt like as long as we can be called a dancing indie band and have people say that we sound like the Mountain Goats, it means that we've got something going on.
How do you get the word out about your shows?
We have pretty good. Like we use like Facebook and MySpace and all that. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of really good designer friends. So I get friends who make us like posters and flyers, and we put them all over town, and they catch people's attention. We've done a good job of sort of making a name for ourselves enough that then people see the flyers and they know what it is through the Rumpus events, especially. Just how you found out about us. Which just due to a connection that I had through there, we ended up playing at Rumpus events, which were shows where we didn't have to bring anyone because there was already going to be like a big crowd. We were there for like a literary reading and stuff like that.
You're just dipping into other groups of fans for other events.
Exactly. It's really good if you can do this. It's sort of you find your friends that have sort of non-music things, like literary events and like art events and stuff like that, and that's like a really good way. It's the same. You can kind of use that, then you can get new audience, and you get those people like they're really excited that you're there, and you can play shows that are much larger and for like, way more people and with really exciting people. Like I can play with much bigger name writers than I can play with bands, which is cool. And like that's really good. But also like when we started out, we went to this open mic night at a hotel in Utah, which has been going on for a really long time, and met just a ton of other songwriters and really made a good job of sort of helping sort of forge a community and meeting people like that. Which I think is like just one of the most important things, especially when you're starting out, is just sort of meeting like-minded people who will listen to you, and then you sort of work together to make something happen. At my job, I started putting together a monthly event called Lessons in Adventuring, where I would get different bands to play. We'd also have comedy and scientific lectures and all sorts of things. And it was a monthly short gig that we had every month.
Monthly, hence monthly.
Yeah, exactly. And then we could invite other bands to come play with, who then would invite us to their shows or things like that. And that, if you can find that kind of thing, and if you can't find it, then just make it. If you have the ability to do it, it like works so well for just helping us get somewhere else. Like we're better live than on record, which is cool. And especially, so like, and the other thing, PTA show, like when we play in like art galleries and spaces like that, it's like we've got like a big crowd and everyone is super into it. It's not sometimes we play in bars and people are they're ordering drinks or they're there for something else. And so it's such a better atmosphere, like house shows and art gallery shows and things like that.
What's the farthest you traveled to perform?
So we've played at both borders of the West Coast over the course of the last year. One of the best shows we've ever played was in Bellingham, Washington, about like 20 minutes from the Canadian border. We have our official Northwestern sister band called Go Slowpoke, who we played with there. We stole their drummer because our drummer couldn't come on tour with us. So he drummed for us at that show, and that was just great because we played in this house in Bellingham, Washington. And we found actually when we play in the Pacific Northwest, we go over better than we do anywhere else.
Well, Dan Weiss, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And good luck to you in the yellow dress. And I appreciate your time and all of your enthusiastic and very helpful comments.
Absolutely. When the world ends, all that will be left is the yellow dress.